this volume of Berserk. This volume of Berserk. I just read this fucking thing. I read this while watching, or I'm sorry, while listening to Man O' War, which is a band that has like battle music and whatnot. Don't know if you ever heard of them. And it fits so well with this motherfucking volume. First off, let's just take a look at the cover of this thing. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely fucking beautiful. This entire volume was basically the battle against the Black Dog Knights. Wild, I guess that's how you would say his name. It's W-Y-A-L-D, Wild, battling against Guts. And us seeing him being an apostle. And we kind of had that feeling ever since we were introduced to him. He kind of looked like he kind of looked more like a beast. So he's an apostle, and they are chasing, Griffith and the Band of the Hawk because they want to get Griffith back to torture him on the King's orders. Now, we see a little bit of the King. We see the backstory on Wild, how he became the leader of the Black Dog Knights. Very interesting. He was once a criminal. He leads criminals. And they were actually sent to the frontier of the battle because the King did not want Wild and his group of Black Dog Knights near his army or his presence because face it, they're degenerates, they're criminals. They would rape and pillage even in their own land of Midland whenever there was battle. So he sent them away instead of charging them with crimes. Another thing that really kind of makes me say, like, really, you thought she wouldn't, basically what I'm talking about is the Midland King still blaming Griffith and saying that Charlotte looks at him like a monster. Dude, you're her father. Okay, maybe back in those days it was common for, relatives to get together, but you are her father. She does not look at you that way. She doesn't have that mindset. So obviously she's going to look at you as some kind of monster when you entered her fucking chambers and tried to sleep with her. Wake the fuck up, bro. Wake up. But getting back to the whole Wild versus Guts thing, that battle was absolutely incredible. The artwork that Miura has demonstrated up until this volume has been incredible. It's just been very consistent, and I love it. Now, Zod shows up at one point and actually rips apart that Wild dude after Wild transformed into I guess his monster form. And after Guts actually went hard as a motherfucker and beat him. But he's grasping the life because he wants to survive. And we finally get mention of the God Hand during the Golden Age arc, saying that Griffith is supposed to be the fifth one. He's supposed to be the God Hand. He had to bail it. So I'm assuming if you have to bail it, you are destined to become the fifth God Hand, or you're destined to become a God Hand. So saying like 100, 200, 300 years from now, would there be a chance to be a sixth God Hand, a seventh God Hand, etc., etc.? It'd be cool to see a little bit into the history of the God Hands and see exactly why somebody gets chosen to be a God Hand, etc., etc. Because it just seems like he is chosen because he was given that Crimson Bayonet, the Eye of the King or the Conquerors, whatever the fuck it's called. So, when Wild seen he didn't have it, he's like, oh, this guy must not be the fifth one. And then Zod shows up, my boy Zod, and rips that dude apart and says, well, even if he isn't the fifth one, doesn't matter either way, you're going to die here. And he tears that dude apart. Dude's organs and everything flying out. And it was just so crazy. It was really crazy. I really don't even know what to say. I really cannot wait to read Volume 12 and Volume 13, especially 13, because you guys told me that it's absolutely incredible, and it's absolutely just mindfuckery embodiment. So I can't wait to read that one. But hopefully I can read Volume 12 next Monday and give you guys my thoughts and review. The reason why I'm able to get this out right now is because nobody's home and I have time on my hands. But I want to see if I can find something for you guys. Oh, also, the Hawks kind of, holding on to Griffith, the idea of Griffith being back on his feet. The dude's not going to get back on his feet. His tendons have been gut. He can't use his arms. He can't even stand up on his own. I think this is when this is what maybe why Griffith decides to become a god hand, because he wants to be able to move again. He still wants to realize his dreams. He doesn't want to be some cripple that has to rely on everybody else in the world, everybody around him. So I have a feeling that's going to be one of his desires, that he wants to be able to walk again, fight again, be his own person. And I feel like that desire is going to open up whatever it is that opens up to allow the god hands to come and turn Griffith into a god hand, because we know he becomes a god hand. But the question is, at what cost is Griffith going to become a god hand? Who does he have to sacrifice, if he has to sacrifice anybody? Who, obviously something happens where Guts hates him. Guts hates him. So, and we see Guts by himself. So during this, whatever it is, I guess it's the eclipse, I'm going to assume a lot of people are going to die for whatever reason, maybe by the apostles' hands, because the bottom line is we have the Count guy, we have that Skeleton Knight dude, we have that fairy-looking thing. It was like real big or whatever. That kind of looks like an elf a little bit. Rickon kind of confused it for an elf. We have all these apostles running around. So obviously there's going to be mass slaughter because Guts is by himself at the beginning of this manga. Also, where's Casca at? Where's Pippin? Where's Ricker? Where's all these characters at after the eclipse? This is what I want to know. I want to know what goes down, and we're getting up to that point, guys, because you guys told me volume 13 is the eclipse, basically. So maybe I'll read both volumes ahead of time and get my videos out to you guys. So there's a lot of questions on what exactly is happening, but you guys know I'm loving this series. I'm loving Berserk. It's just absolutely incredible. The bloodshed, the mayhem, the slaughter, the guts, the gore. There's just everything. And not only that, the development of the characters, the romance, the nudity, just everything is so great. And maybe it's because this is like my true first sentence besides like Terraformers, or Terraformars, whatever. But I also love dark medieval fantasies. I love medieval type settings, and that's why I love Game of Thrones. And this is just hitting me in all the right places, guys. This series right here, fucking Berserk. It's just incredible. But let me know your thoughts on the volume, guys. If you guys are staying up to date with me, let me know your thoughts on my thoughts. I also seen Griffith kind of noticing that Guts and Casca have something going on. He notices like Casca crying. He notices, the way they're interacting. So I don't know how he feels about that. And we don't know how he feels about that because the dude can't speak. And it's not like he can write down what he is thinking because he can't use his arms. So I would like to see if that ever comes to light. Maybe after he becomes a god hand. Maybe he'll explain, what exactly is going through his head during these different scenarios. But thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you all deserve it. Subscribe if you want to see more Berserk. And as always, thanks for watching. And I'll catch you in the next Berserk video.